first thing we are coming to do here is to save our file. We go to file and then we go to the location where we want to save. That's desktop. So I just save something like maybe second file. Okay, good, sure. Then we change the name to macro enable workbook and we will hit save. Once we are done with that, we come to the next one, which is changing the trust center settings. So we go to trust center, then we come to trust center settings, we go to macro settings, then we choose this one by default, that is disable VBA macros with notification. We hit OK, then we hit OK again. Okay, we are good to go. When we come to the code, we try and then maybe run a simple code here. That is our hello world. So we say sub test as usual. Then we can write something like maybe debug.print. Good, so the print has come. Debug.print, debug.print. Good. And then what we need to do is we say maybe hello world. Good. And that thing, when we run it, is supposed to come here. Great, so we can see our hello world over here. That is it, we are done. So let's look at this. We have a few controls over here that we can look at when we come to the view button. So for example, the immediate window we are seeing over here is as a result of us turning on this. Now when I click on this, it will be gone, or I can close it. So if yours is not found and you want to have it, you click on this and it should come. Okay, so you can use this to be testing codes. If you want to maybe do some addition or whatever, you can just write a simple sentence here, debug.print, and you just say maybe 3 plus maybe 7. Good. When we run that code, we are supposed to get 10. So you can see we have our 10 over here. Let me clear this before so that we don't get confused. So good, I should click inside before I run. So I run this and I get my hello world printed first. So the first one printed and then the summation of it. Good. But assuming I don't, or when I bring quotation like this, now it is no more going to be evaluated, so it will run as just a test. It will put the same thing there for me like this. So the first one I wanted it to do addition, the second one I wanted to print that, so we printed this, right? Good. Then with the insert, that is very, very, very important here. So now we can also insert a user form, and that is where the thing gets interesting. So here we can create a simple user form. That is a form that we can be able to use to add data. We can decide to add data over here. So here we are going to build a simple form with maybe name, okay, the person's name, name like this. Let me turn this one here to false so that when I double click, it will not give me something I don't want to see. So now I'll double click this. Wow, this is interesting. I have name here. Good. Then what I do is I copy and paste the name again. Let me put another name up here. Great. Then up here, then put this one here down. Good. So this is actually name, then here is age. So I'm having an age. Then here I'm going to have gender. Great. Nice one. So I come and pick a text box, then I put it here. So this is my text box. All I need to do is just copy and paste and get another one here. So this is another text box. So this is the first one. Great. Then for the gender is a list, so the tool that is good for you to use will be the combo box. Now let me try and run this code and let's check something. So let's run. Okay, let me put a command button first. So the button, I'll put it here and I'll caption this one to as a let's say add data. That is very nice. So now my form is getting very, very, very beautiful. You can design it the way you want it to make it look nice. Don't worry, this one is just a try to actually turn you on for the bigger projects coming on. So here we have this our form. Now when I click on this, you see it has a name. In the future you might want to change this name. Okay, let me change it right now. I'm going to say FRM means form, and then I'll say user data, or I can just say user info. Good, user info, right? Because in the future you'll be getting multiples of the forms, and when you are writing the code you'll be using their names. So just using generic names like user form 1 and 2 will not help, but when you name it to something specific, you can then use your code to call it, right? For instance, I can write something here like this, sub, maybe sub, then I say show code form, show form, okay, or show user info good form, something like this, right? Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this one, this user form, which is a FRM user info, then it should show, right? So each time I run this code, I'm supposed to show that form. You see it has shown over here. Yeah, that is very wonderful. So it is very good you give it a name, or you can even give this one a name, assorted whatever macros. Good, macros. You can't use space to do this naming, so what you can do is you can use the underscore, which works very fine. So assorted macros over there, and inside we have this, right? So now tomorrow maybe I have this so now on this form I can decide to enter or insert a shape. So maybe this shape like this, I have this oval, this thing here, and when I call it, when I click on it like this, I want to be able to, so I'm going to assign this. So like when I'm on this page, then I want to be able to call the form to come. So now I'm going to rename it edit test, and I say show good form, right? Let me actually add more details so that it will show very nicely for me, center aligned, and I try to good. So I think it's looking beautiful right now. There should be something that must happen here. Okay, don't worry, I will do that later on. Now you see when I click this, the form shows, right? When I click on it, the form shows. So anytime I click on this button, this form will show. Okay, so let's get back to the form, and what we do is I'm going to change the caption. So I say data entry form, and we are good to go. So now I can call the form anywhere I want. Yes, and it works. Good. So like I was saying, when I show this form, we can see that when I click here, good, now I can type inside this form. Good, I can type inside this, I can type inside this. Now the thing is, I don't want to type inside this particular text box or list box. Okay, instead I want to list the items. So what I do is that I come here, and let me go back. So the name of this is combo box 1. You can change the name to something else, but for the meantime I'm doing this. Then I click here and I come to initialize. So initialize, then I'm going to add items. Now it's gender, so I can start with male. Good. Then what I do is I copy and paste all these stuffs, copy and paste, like copy and paste, like copy and paste. So here I'll then get female. Then over here I can get something like other. That is, you know, lately we have a lot of wonderful people in the system who don't have gender, so we can have this one here. I clear that. Good. So now when I start the form and I click here, you can see we have the list uploaded, but the thing is I can still type inside this. I don't want that. So what I do is I click on this, then I come down here, combo. Instead of the combo, I'm going to switch it to list, so which will force the user to select instead of typing. Now you see when I try typing, good, it select that one. So when I try anything O, good, the one with O, that is what is selected. So here the user cannot actually type anything inside. That is a form of validation, so that assuming you want to sort your data and so on, you can be able to do so. Good. So the next thing we are going to do as we prepare for our bigger project is when I try adding, nothing happens, right? I try adding this, nothing happens, because we've not written any code for that before. Then let's come over here and then make sure we get our heading the same way as we have. Good. Then we have age, then we have this one to be gender. Nice one. Great. So look at the name of this. This is A2. Then we come here, this is B2, this is C2. So what we are going to do is that when the user click on this command button, something must happen. So what will happen is that let me copy this. That's the last one. So I'm going to say dot value, right? Good. The sheet or the cell corresponding to the gender was C2. So the cell is an object, that is a range object. So C2 like this, that is how we point to that cell. Good, we are done. So what I need to do, I come back here, then I come and copy, maybe let me copy the name of this one first. So I copy this name, and what I do is that I come back here, double click, and then I paste it this way. Then we have what we call this one can take text, or let me use the same value so that everything will be uniform. Then instead I copy this and I paste it here. Then I set it to equal to, then I change this one to A, then I copy it again, then I paste it here. I change this one to 2, then I change this one to B. Great. Now we are good to go. So now everything is working. Okay, so when I click on this form right now, and then I try and add something, maybe a name like this, then the age, maybe let me add 78, and then is a male. So now we can see it has added, right? Good. Let's assume I change something, you see, and then it has overwritten the name we have over there. Good. So this is where we are actually going to end this our video. Good. The next time we meet, we are going to start with our real project. That is where we will be doing validations and stuffs and actually creating with dynamics, so that by the time we are done, we should be able to actually work around every project in VBA. So thanks for watching this video. Once again, see you in the next one.